Hi everyone, welcome back for episode number 4. Episodio número 4. So I have completed my second month here in Spain, living abroad, and my time here in Malaga was great. And so I want to give you a little bit of a recap of what happened here and give you, the viewers, a little bit of a chance to see what to do here in Malaga and what to see, what to eat, and how to spend your time and enjoy your time here in Malaga, because it is a beautiful city. And I was kind of sold on Valencia, like I mentioned before. I had a great time, and initially when I got here to Malaga, I wasn't too sure, but through the weeks, it's kind of grown on me, and I actually can see myself staying here as well. So I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how Malaga looks. So you have the city center, and that kind of leads towards the port and the beach. So the port kind of splits two beaches. You got the one on the west side and the east side. Both are beautiful. I was actually having my Airbnb on the west side, so I was actually really well located. I initially thought I was a little away from the city center and it wouldn't be too good, but actually being a little bit west of the city center, I was really near to the beach. I can walk there from my place in about 10 minutes, and I can enjoy my time whenever I need to. I can go for early morning walks, and I can go for a workout. I actually figured out that there were stations to work out outdoors that were located, one in the west side and one in the east side. So either way, I actually went to the west side, east side actually, more often because it had a nice view, and it was open, while the one on the west side, they were just finishing up building it. And so I think now they're just finished constructing it, and it should be ready. So that was really nice. And along the whole boardwalk, you can walk and you can find other kind of workout stations, kind of like bodyweight machines that I see older adults use, and children, and even my age, but it's not as common. But there are many of those, and you can see that as well. And what Malaga is nice, or has nice things going for them, is that they have these chiringuitos, which are like seaside restaurants, and you can pop in, and it's pretty much like one every like 100, 200 meters on the actual beach itself. Kind of reminds me of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, but they sell fresh seafood. You can buy it as much as you want, and it's really, really good. And it's nice. You got a nice view of the beach, and you can spend lunch or dinner there. So I would highly recommend that if you really want to get Malagueño experience. So from the idea of the beach, so it kind of goes horizontally, the city, and you have the city center. In terms of transportation, the subway or the metro, there's only 2 lines, and they're not really well connected to get to the other parts of the city. So the best means is the bus, and they have a lot of bus connections here, which is great. But obviously for myself, I have my bicycle, so I can get around pretty easily. Just comparing Valencia obviously, like I mentioned earlier, had a really good connection and network of having very safe areas to ride your bicycle, while Malaga is not quite there. They have certain bike lanes that are really well done along the boardwalk and different parts of the city, but not as well connected as Valencia was. But I think it's coming along, and they might eventually get to that point. So considering that, it is pretty good. I heard that they're building new lines, and I saw it, and right now the city center kind of area is pretty beat up in terms of construction and traffic. So I'm not sure how long that's going to take, but they are currently constructing new metro lines that should connect the city a little bit better. In terms of things to do, you have a lot of things to do. You can see obviously the center, which consists of museums, theaters, a cathedral. You have the castle, Hibra Falo, which you can see and overlooks the whole city. You got the Plaza de Toros, and you have a lot of other things you can see that are nearby Malaga. You can hop on a bus and see different cities like Torremolinos, Fuengirola, Nerja. So a lot of great little cities along the coast that you can see that are easily accessible by bus or even by train if you want to do that. And I highly would recommend going seeing Caminito del Rey. It's about an hour by train. It's in a place called El Choro, and you can explore a great area and hike along this path near the mountains. So I would highly recommend that. In terms of food, you have it all here, and they have tapas, they have seafood. You can find a lot of things. They have markets, and so you can definitely get a typical experience going to different restaurants and enjoying a Malagueño experience as locals do it. And the city center is really well constructed in terms of being pedestrian friendly. So you have it well situated and concentrated in the center, compared to Valencia was a little bit more spread out. I find Malaga was a little bit more concentrated, and it's really beautiful. You can go from shopping to restaurants to nightclubs, and it's pretty busy with people. I would notice people there all day. The evenings are when people are out most, of course, because of the weather, and you can see people there till midnight, 1 a.m., and it's packed. So if you want to have a good time, the city center has a lot to offer. So that was my month in Malaga, and I was actually really pleased after the month was done. And actually I'm off to Granada tomorrow. So I will give you guys a little recap of how my month goes there, and after all these 3 months, I will have to decide which city to live in. So right now, Valencia and Malaga are close 1 and 2. And so, ciao for now.